Welcome back to another first impression, this time for the anime Chained Soldier Season 2. Synopsis on any list. Second season. Let's go to the first season. Yuki Wakura watches as the dueling supernatural forces ravage the earth. Mato are portals to another dimension, avenues from which dangerous monsters escape. Peaches are resources given to women, granting them abilities. Chief of the 7th Unity of the Anti-Demon Corps, Kyoka Uzen arrives to save Yuki from a monster. Surprisingly, Yuki holds the power to increase the Peaches' effectiveness. But to save the world, Yuki must be willing to become Kyoka's servant, both on the battlefield and at home. That is essentially the synopsis of the first season. The second season, we continue with the premise. We see a lot of characters in the picture, Kyoka, one of them. These are the commander of all the different groups of the anti-Mato division, with the Supreme Commander as well in the picture. Now, it's Chained Soldier. You get a bunch of action, you get a little bit of, comedy, and your nice little fan service. And you do get, quite a bit of fan service. Now, animation-wise, it was fine. Some aspects were nice, some aspects not as nice. The characters, we get introduced to a bunch of new characters in the first 3 episodes. And, we don't really have too much time to get to know them. One or two we see a little bit more, especially the one at the back, which, she has some interesting ideas. But we will hopefully see a lot more of these characters in this season. It also seems to be a training season. We start off with a lot of training between these characters, especially, or most likely, because we get to be reintroduced to their abilities, introduced to these new characters and their abilities, which are going to be very interesting. Now, fan service. I don't have a problem with fan service. Some of it, some of it is the typical fan service. You are like, or I'm like, no, sure. Some of it is, they like to be, push boundaries. They like to be on the line of, what is allowed, what is not. Some of it is going places. Again, I would not really compare this to typical fan service. This goes a little bit further, which, why not? Why not? So, in the grand scheme, some fan service, very nice. Some of it is, the typical stuff where I'm like, as example, if you show me nipples, I'm like, doesn't really do much. But some of it is going some places that are a little bit more erotic, let's say. Other than that, not much to say. Again, in the first 3 episodes, we did not really get much. We got to see some of our characters. We get to see some, machinations happening. We get introduced to a bunch of characters. So we are slowly building up the characters. So again, not much else to say about the first 3 episodes. First impression, let's see what people thought. AniList has it at 73%. My anime list at 7.5. Now we know where the people with more mature taste are. I would say at the moment it's a 7 out of 10. It's fine. You know, some of the fan service pretty nice. Some of it is eh. We did not get to see enough of the characters. We got introduced to a bunch. We did not really have much to do with them. There is some machinations going on, especially with Ren in the middle. But we will have to see how it develops. I found the animation was, you know, fine. I may be jaded